Charlie Puth, welcome back in Belgium.
Thank you.
Welcome in Antwerp.
I am in Antwerp, that's right. And what is that building behind me?
That's the cathedral, the cathedral.
The Cathedral.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. It's very Gothic looking. It looks like something of the Gothic age.
Certainly is, probably. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. I love the weather here. I love everything about here.
All right. Okay, cool. We're here today to talk about your biggest passion, the thing that has been dominating your life for quite some time now, food. Because man, you have a hobby just the same as mine, talking about food.
Food is great because food inspires the tunes. It almost rhymes. Food inspires the tunes.
Yeah. But you didn't grow up wealthy. That's a well-known story. And you ate like spaghetti with ketchup instead of tomato sauce. Do you still eat that once in a while? I heard that.
It's a bit of a novelty. It was a very like short amount of time when we could only eat that. However, my parents are so hardworking that by I'd say like the earliest of like 2001 we started to be able to afford more things, so that was nice seeing my parents work so hard and be able to eventually, you know, acquire nicer things. So I grew up in a household like that where hard work was always like I would help. I would always be with my dad while he was building houses, and he was actually like building them by hand with his workers too. He'll still do that too, which is cool. It just shows the passion. And my mom taught piano and is still teaching piano. And yeah, I'd no longer eat ketchup and tomatoes with spaghetti now.
Okay, you started your first ever European tour like 10 days ago. You already played in Copenhagen, and Oslo, and Stockholm, Madrid, Barcelona, Milan, Zurich. What's the best and what's the worst you've eaten so far?
The worst food I've eaten so far? I had a steak from down the street over there. Actually here, I was very surprised. The food is always good here. I had a steak and it wasn't good. I had one bite and it just tasted bad.
What's the best?
No, I don't know what the place was called, and that's probably a good thing because I don't want to. It looked like a fine restaurant, but I don't want to like shit talk their restaurant. But
it was in Antwerp, because I mean, like the whole tour.
It was in Antwerp. I don't know what it's, but I've been to Brussels. The food was good in Brussels, so I don't know what happened.
All right, you're in Belgium. That's the country of the French fries, of the Belgian chocolate, and of the beer. You don't drink beer, is that right?
I do know. You did your research. No, I don't drink beer. It's like a liquid meal. I don't know. Too much yeast hurts my stomach. So, I mean, I'm usually more for the hard liquor, the apple infused, anything that makes it taste less like vodka kind of drink.
So anyone giving you like a basket with Belgian best beers is not giving you the right present.
I actually received from the hotel a basket of Belgian beer, and I
threw it out the window.
I threw it out the window. I tasted a little bit of it. Was much better than other beer, but it was very hoppy. I don't know. That's not my thing.
What about chocolate?
I love chocolate.
Okay, I'm a really cheapo bastard, so I got you a gift, but it's a very small gift. Ooh. It's the most famous, that's what we call a praline. That's like Belgian chocolate. And
this is the most famous. You see, I thought it would be brown.
I thought so too. I went into the store and I asked them which one is the most sold of all the Belgian chocolates, because like all the things Belgians don't eat. Yeah, sure. Okay. Sure.
I'll let you know how.
It's not poisoned or anything, so you can go ahead.
Usually, if, I trust you. If it was anybody else, I'd be like, this might have like anthrax in it or something. I have to smell my food every time I eat it. That's a weird little. Oh wow. Oh, that's very unexpected. It's a bit of
buttery cream. Buttery cream.
Cream. Yeah.
That's not good, actually.
No, it's good. No, I think it's good. I thought it was espresso for a second. This is the most sold?
Yeah, it was a surprise to me too.
Yeah, I thought that, like, did you taste it?
No.
It's very...
You don't have to finish it.
If we knew each other a little bit more, I wanted to finish it. I'm just like, I'm taking it in. When I eat food, since that, according to you, is the most important thing. Oh, I think I might have gotten a little bit on you. Oh,
We're getting closer here.
getting closer here. I would, if we were super close, I'd ask you to finish this for me. But
All right. There's also one thing in Belgium called Brussels sprouts, and I don't know why it's called Brussels sprouts, and I know you hate it.
oh, I don't care for those.
We all hate them.
You guys don't like them either.
No.
Oh, thank goodness, because
Nobody likes it, so you have to know that.
in the United States we love it for some reason. We cook it with bacon, maple syrup. It's all gross. It smells like farts to me. It's not good.
Unfortunately, Belgium is not only known for its food, it's also like the country of the terrorist attacks since a couple of weeks. You tweeted about that a couple of weeks ago. You asked your fans to pray for Belgium.
Quite the transition. Oh my God. No, that was absolutely the most heartbreaking thing. It always happens when I wake up too. When I have a good night's rest and I wake up and I start to think everything's going good in the world, and then I wake up and see that. I don't know. Part of me wants to write as much music as I can for it, but it's just upsetting, man.
Are you going to do anything about it on the show tonight?
Well, what I could do is look at the set list and see if I could modify it a little bit and see what's parts specifically, because I can't write a new song and put it in the set tonight. I wouldn't have enough time, and I don't want to rush something like that. Down the line, I would love to write something for France, for Brussels altogether, and make it a bit universal. But I think find the song in the set list tonight and kind of partition it out and show my appreciation for where I am at right now with the lyrics of that song.
Mm-hmm. You're playing a sold-out gig tonight, like almost every gig you play nowadays. That's cool, because like 2 years ago you were this still anonymous producer. Then See You Again came. Can you take me back to that moment when you wrote that song? I believe it was on a California writing trip or something?
It was on a California writing trip. It was my second day attempting to write as many songs as I can to acquire a publishing deal, and I just wrote this song in 10 minutes with this guy that I just met named Justin, and now he's like my best friend, and Andrew as well. Justin, Andrew, and myself, we all put this song together, and it just happened really quickly. And I remember hitting the first G minor chord, and it's been a long day. It was the first thing that came out, and I just kind of went off that lyric.
But you wrote a lot of songs before that. Did you know at that time this is something special? Not only about the lyrics, because you could relate to a personal story, to that Paul Walker thing, but the song, the melody, anything about it.
I think everything that I've written up to that point, I never knew instantaneously that it was special. It always kind of like morphed into something special if it was special. See You Again, we all knew right away. We all looked at each other and were like hugging each other. It's amazing how that happens, because how embarrassing would it be if you all were hugging each other and then it ended up flopping? You just know. It's just like buried in your humanistic instinct.
How does it feel for you now to know you've written the saddest song ever, a top hit on funerals worldwide, the voice that makes grown men cry at the end of Fast and Furious 7?
Well, I mean, I don't want it to. I'm glad I was able to bring the emotions out of people, because every guy especially is like, I'm macho, I am the most machoist, and it's okay to cry. I guess I showed people musically that it's okay to let your emotions out, and then people were even showcasing that on YouTube, like reaction to See You Again, and like, you know, showing it, because girls like it when guys are sensitive, so I helped everybody.
A lot of people got to know you by that song. I was wondering, what is the stupidest pronunciation of your name you've heard so far?
Puth, because there's no L in there. Puth. It's like Charlie Puth. P-U-T-H. You can say Puth, but Puth?
Did anyone in France ever say, this is Charlie Puth?
Oh, France. I have so much love for France, but it's so funny how some of them pronounce my name. There's this radio host named Carré who knows how to pronounce it, but it took him a couple times. I heard him say Charlie Puth. They always put because I don't. One of those. I think the U is hard for them to pronounce because it's not very.
But they didn't say pute, because you know what pute means in French?
Does it mean vagina or something?
No, it's whore.
Whore. Oh, okay, much better.
And in Belgium, in Dutch, when you say Charlie Puth is like a hole in the ground. So you have a lot of
sexual observations in my music. Very good.
More general, do you feel like this success now is like a recognition of all your work behind the scenes for all those years?
Yeah, no, because I loved being behind the scenes, and I still love being behind the scenes. I love locking myself in a studio with a couple great writers and making records and vibing out. But it's great to actually see the reactions of live humans, because and also adding to that, when you tour, I see like an instantaneous like growth in my social presence and more people knowing me too. So there's nothing like playing live, really.
And your life is music. Your brain works somewhat differently from the average human mind. I think it's fair to say that your single focus is music in life. How does that work exactly? How is your everyday life with that music in that life?
Well, a lot of things. I mean, for one example, I carry my little recording studio with me everywhere. I realize I'm holding this little piece of plastic here. I'm going to put this over here. I carry my, oh, no, there we go. I carry my little recording studio with me everywhere because I could be, you know, at the gym, on the treadmill, or lifting weights, and have this rush of endorphins and come up with a melody, and then not finish the workout and run to the little studio setup and just record something really quickly and just have that. I did that right before this. That's why I look like I just woke up and threw something on, because that's exactly what I did. I woke up and threw something on because I had this idea. When I got out of the shower, I had to put that down. And then I rushed over here, and now I know that that's safely on my hard drive right now.
Okay, I want to do something unusual. We only have like a couple of minutes left. I want you to scroll through my questions. Which one do you want to answer?
Really unusual.
Yeah, that's unusual, and I thought maybe we were here. This is the next question. So
okay.
You can scroll through them and just choose your favorite.
Oh, I like this one. Your entire album seems to have been recorded everywhere but a studio. What's the weirdest place you've recorded something? Okay, so my label put me in it. You know what Airbnb is?
Yeah, sure.
I have that out here. My label put me in an Airbnb, and I got in there, and it was on a cliff, and I did not fuck with it. I was like, get me the fuck out of here. So I abandoned it, and then we worked everything out with the owner later, but I did not like that. I love Airbnb, but that was just, I should have looked at the house beforehand and known that it was on a huge cliff. But I was supposed to record many songs there. So my lawyer, who has a place in New York and in LA in the Hollywood Hills, I was like, he has a dope house. I wonder how much Paul Rothenberg loves me as a client. Paul, if you're watching this, hello, Paul. How much does Paul Rothenberg love me as a client? So I called him up, I'm like, hey, and he was like, what's up, man? And he's like, is anyone in your house right now? And he was like, I thought he was gonna be like, hell no, but he's the nicest dude ever. He was like, of course you can stay there for a week and record. I'm like, all right, cool. I ended up staying there for 6 months and recording the whole album at my lawyer's house. And the night that the album was due to the record label, before I went to London to Jingle Ball, Selena Gomez came over and recorded in his closet her part to We Don't Talk Anymore, and that's how the record was put together.
That's actually a good story, I think. Okay, the very last question I asked my listeners yesterday: what do I have to ask Charlie Puth when I see him tomorrow? Only one thing came in with the text: let him beatbox, please.
One thing, perfect.
Yeah.
I'm so popular.
Yeah, they just want to hear you beatbox. So I was wanting to ask you, what is your favorite actual beatbox tune right now? What do you like to beatbox the most right now?
I love the beatbox, the old classics like, do you know? Anything like from the Neptunes and Pharrell is pretty tight.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for this interview. I wish you a very nice gig tonight in Antwerp. Enjoy the sun.
Thank you.
Enjoy Belgium. Have some good food, very important.
Very important.
And thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
MNM Music and more.